Here we have a 3 node Kubernetes cluster, which is in the 130.0/24 subnet. If we run the config command, we can see that these belong to the 130.0/24 subnet. Yeah, so the nodes are named as Zyclusters 1, Zyclusters 2, and Zyclusters 3. Zyclusters 1 is the master node here, which I use to run the kubectl commands. A kubectl command lets you control the Kubernetes clusters, like things like adding pods, deployments, monitoring them, and deleting them can be done using this tool. So if we run the necklist command, yeah, so we see that the second node, it has these 4 IP addresses attached. The 130.12 is the 80 of the node, and 131.10, 131.6, and 131.6, these belong to the pod subnet. So we wanted to separate the pod and the UVM subnet because we wanted to have a separation between the control plane and the worker nodes. Here number 2 and 3 are the worker nodes, so we attach the VNix. So these VNix, when the pods are spun up, these VNix will be acquired by the pods, and the IP addresses will be consumed by the pods that are uh, that are deployed on this node. So if we see similarly, the the third node, it also has 4 IP addresses, one being its 80 and the 3 from the pod subnet that will be used up by the CNI plugin. Next, we'll try to spin up a few pods across the cluster. For this, we'll use the kubectl apply command to create a deployment. Now, what a deployment is basically it's a bunch of pods of similar type that are spread across the cluster for replication. In this case, I'll be using the Nginx pod with 3 replicas. These replicas will be spread across these 2 nodes, these 2 worker nodes that I have. So yeah, let's. Okay, so the deployment has been created. Let's see if the pods are up. Okay, so if you see, all the 3 pods are running. 2 of them are running on the second node. One of them is running on the third node, and as we can see, IP addresses 131.6 and 131.8. The VNix were attached to the second one, and now these IPs have been consumed by the pod. And similarly, we had 16, 18, and 20 attached to the third node. This IP has been taken up by this. So now that we have our pods up and running, let's try to test our network, see if it actually works. So we can see that we are on the first pod, and let's choose a pod on on the third node. Let's try to curl it. So yeah, we can see that it fetches the default page for Nginx, so that's working. But this is too easy. Let's make it a bit tough. Our networking will be well validated if we can access this pod or any other pod from my browser window. For this, we'll need to create a service out of our pods, out of our deployment. We will use the node port type of service, which is the most primitive form of services in Kubernetes. What a node port does is it opens up one port per Kubernetes node, and any traffic that is sent to that port is forwarded to our service, and it is forwarded to one of our pods, basically load balanced across them. So let's first expose our deployment using a service. So we'll use the kubectl expose command. We'll have the type as node port, and we'll have to name this service. Let's name it Nginx service, and it's created. Yeah, so we have a cluster IP setup, which is like a single point. Uh, it's a load balancer across all the three Kubernetes pods. Kubectl, let's describe the service. Okay, so we can see that we have these three as the endpoints, uh, and the node port is 30,070, which means that on every Kubernetes node, the port number 30,070 will act as the forwarding agent. So whatever comes to this port, it will be forwarded to one of our pods. So for this, we'll need to create a load balancer and load balance it across our worker nodes uh, with this port as our target. So let's do that. Okay, so let's start with creating a network load balancer for three of our nodes. Let's name it Nginx. It's an internet facing one. The port is 30,070. Our VPC, it ends with 778, so this is the one. We want it in the public subnet. Okay, so the targets will be the three nodes. 130.11, 12, and 13. So let's add them. Looks okay. Okay, so now our load balancer is active. Let's try the URL inside our browser. The exposed target port was 30,070, and yeah, we can see the default page for our Nginx server. One cool thing I would like to note here is that we can access our pod without even taking help from the Kubernetes itself. Like we can bypass using services, node ports, and just attach a public IP directly to our uh, pod's IP address, right? Or we can directly attach a load balancer to the pod's IP address and get things done.